signed a deal to promote Australia as a premier tourist destination for Chinese travelers.
Besides Australia, reports say the Pentagon is also pressing Japan to clarify its stance on defending Taiwan. Which U.S. allies might be next in line for Washington's attention, and where do they currently stand on China's growing threats? We start with Japan, one of the U.S.'s closest allies in Asia. In response to Pentagon calls for clarity, Japan's defense minister echoed similar comments to Australia's. He said Tokyo will provide its legally grounded response only if a conflict actually breaks out. Despite diplomatic uncertainty, Taiwan's security remains critical to Japan. Both lie along the so-called First Island chain. This concept is viewed as a strategic barrier, key to containing China's military expansion and limiting its access to the Pacific Ocean. The chain also controls vital sea lanes crucial to Japan's trade and energy supply. At the same time, the U.S. alliance is ramping up readiness in the Indo-Pacific. Last Friday, top military leaders from the U.S., Japan, and South Korea met in Seoul, reaffirming their commitment to deter threats from China and North Korea. Japan and South Korea together host nearly half of all U.S. troops stationed overseas. Another key U.S. ally is the Philippines. The U.S. and the Philippines are bound by a treaty to defend each other in the event of war. The Philippines frequently faces tensions with Beijing over territorial disputes. Those tensions escalated after the U.S. deployed its Typhoon mid-range missile system to northern Philippines last April. The system, equipped with Tomahawk missiles, has a range of about 1,000 miles, putting much of China's southeastern coast within range. Tomorrow, we'll check in on some of the U.S.'s biggest allies in Europe and see how they might respond if tensions over Taiwan spark conflict between the U.S. and China. As tensions rise, two largest ever warfighting drills are underway, one in Australia and another in Taiwan. Australia's exercises began Monday, with participating nations conducting joint coordination and testing battlefield readiness. More than 35,000 troops from 19 countries are taking part in Australia's drills over the next 3 weeks. That includes nations like the UK, Germany, France, and Asian neighbors of China, Japan, the Philippines, and South Korea. Pacific Island states strategically important to the U.S., Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and Tonga are also joining in. Chinese surveillance ships have monitored Australian naval exercises before. Australia's defense industry minister says China is expected to keep an eye on this round of drills, too. And in Taiwan, the largest ever live fire drill is entering its second week. The island's military began deploying one of its newest and most precise strike weapons on Saturday. The drill aims to demonstrate Taiwan's resolve against any potential invasion from Communist China. Vehicles carrying advanced U.S. HIMARS rockets were seen near Taiwan's central coast, just about 90 miles away from China's shoreline. These rocket systems have been used extensively by Ukraine against Russian forces. Amid rising tensions in the Taiwan Strait, a supermarket in Taipei held an air raid evacuation drill last week. The drill took place during Taiwan's largest ever annual military exercises called Hanquang. Here's more.
With the sound of an air raid siren, staff at the store quickly directed customers to the basement for shelter. This is the local supermarket chain in Taiwan that held civil defense drills in 3 of its stores.
This drill is not only focused on air raids, but also on earthquakes. These are all situations we must be ready for. This training is designed to protect our employees as well as our customers.
In addition to evacuation guidance, the drill also included scenarios where the public became agitated or felt unwell, prompting personnel to calm tensions and provide basic first aid.
It's not just about the government's efforts, it's also about the civil society. Most of the Taiwanese people, I think, people all have the understanding that in the current circumstances, especially regarding all these different threats or different challenges or risks we face, I think we need to be more prepared in any kind of situation.
China has intensified military pressure around Taiwan over the past 5 years. To strengthen civil defense and disaster readiness, Taiwan's government has also called on more private companies to take part in the drills. Reporting from Taiwan, Zhou Chu, NTG News.